The Parrot Who Wouldn't Talk by Ruskin Bond. When I was growing up in Missouri, almost all our neighbors kept a pet parrot or parakeet. Sometimes these birds would learn to talk. They would say things like, "Study, child, study," or "Don't be greedy, don't be greedy." These words and phrases were, of course, learned after some members of the household had repeated them many times in front of the bird. But our parrot refused to talk. Aunt Ruby had brought it from a bird catcher who sold caged birds. Though Granny and Grandfather were not happy about keeping caged birds as pets, Aunt Ruby insisted on keeping the parrot and teaching it to talk. But the bird immediately disliked my aunt. "Kiss, kiss," Aunt Ruby would coo by putting her face close to the bars of the cage. But the parrot would back away, its little eyes getting even smaller with anger. Once it suddenly dived forward and knocked Aunt Ruby's spectacles off her nose. After that, Aunt Ruby stopped showing her love for the parrot. She became unfriendly towards the poor bird. She made faces at it and called out, "Can't sing, can't dance," and other nasty comments. It became my job to feed the parrot. It looked quite happy to receive the green chilies and ripe tomatoes from my hands. When it was the mango season, I got to eat a couple of mangoes while feeding the parrot. One afternoon, while everyone was enjoying a short nap, I gave the parrot its lunch and then purposely left the cage door open. Seconds later, the bird was flying freely into the mango orchard. Grandfather came onto the veranda and remarked, "I see your aunt's parrot has escaped." "The door was quite loose," I said with a shrug. "Well, I don't think we will see it again." Aunt Ruby was upset at first. We promised to buy her a bowl of goldfish. The parrot probably missed its green chilies. A few days later, I found it sitting on the veranda railing, looking expectantly at me with its head cocked to one side. I gave the parrot half of my mango. While the bird was enjoying the mango, Aunt Ruby called out, "Look, there's my parrot. It must have missed me." With a loud squawk, the parrot flew out of her reach, perched on the nearest rose bush, glared at Aunt Ruby and screamed in my aunt's familiar tones, "You are no beauty! Can't talk, can't sing, can't dance!" Aunt Ruby went ruby red and dashed indoors. But that wasn't the end of it. The parrot became a regular visitor. Whenever it saw Aunt Ruby, it would call out, "You're no beauty. You can't talk, can't sing, and can't dance." The parrot had learned to talk after all.